Hey guys, it's me, it's May the December, it's me and I'm back again, and this time I've got another video review for you, and this time it's 1984's Alley Cat, starring Corinne Manny as Billy, Belinda Clark, or Belinda Billy Clark, whatever way you want to put it. So this film was made in 1984, right, but it feels like it's more from the 70s. So it might have been filmed in the late 70s and then came out in the 80s, possibly. Possibly. And it's kind of like, how can I put it? It's kind of like a female Death Wish, but without all the fun. So, the movie starts out with some guys trying to steal some wheels off of a car. Billy sees that because she gets told all about it and decides to take off her bedroom clothing or whatever she's wearing. And she runs straight into the room and decides to get completely naked so we can get our first shot of her naked body in the first 2 minutes. She puts on her fighting gear, which is basically a top and some shorts from what I remember, and goes out there and confronts them. They fight her. She beats the crap out of them with terrible martial arts. Right. After that, Phil and the other members of that gang are like, we need to get revenge on this dumb bitch. We need to show her what we're made of because she messed with the wrong guys. So they find out, but she's got grandparents, right? But I think she lives with them at one point. And they basically follow them, and then they decide to jump out the car, and they stab the grandmother. The grandfather, I think, has a heart attack or something, but he survives. The grandmother falls down, and she's like, like really, really like over the top acting wise. So Phil comes along, Billy's angry, she's pissed. She's like, nah, I ain't gonna let none of this happen. I've got to do something about this, right? So she ends up going out for a walk one day, or a run, because she's like, yeah, I've got to keep my health up, yeah, right? And she finds two guys trying to sexually assault a woman in the park. She fights them with bad martial arts, karate, and shoots them. But, to keep them in place. Tells the woman, here you go, quarter, go get some help. Right? So she goes to get some help. When the police get there, she sees the guy who basically is in love with her. I can't remember what that guy's name is. Right? What's his name? Oh, is it Johnny? Anyway, he's with his mate Boyle, who's another cop who's older. And he's basically the veteran and Johnny's the rookie. So he says to him, he says, Boyle, don't arrest her. She was helping him. She was helping him. And Boyle goes, don't you tell me what to do. And then he arrests her, right? Takes her to court, right? And she says, oh, no. And she gets given basically, a reduced thing where she doesn't have to be in the thing and gets paroled, but she gets fined. So she gets on bail, right? So she goes to the other thing and the guy gets let off. Right? The guy gets let off from what he did, from hurting people. He gets let off. She argues back and she gets sent to jail. She gets sent to prison, right? For 10 minutes of the film, where she ends up being basically in a lot of showers, naked with these other women. She does like this volleyball sweating. She has a woman in her cell with her who's bigger than her, like twice the size of her, constantly trying it on with her and feeling her up. And she's like, don't do this. Don't do this, Sam. Don't do it, right? And all Sam keeps saying to us, I love your hair. Your hair is beautiful. I need to hold you. I need to caress you because your hair is amazing, right? So she ends up beating her up, right? She ends up beating Sam up, right? Kind of thing, Then she gets released thanks to her boyfriend, right? And as she leaves, Sam goes, hey, Billy. And she comes all around like this, and she goes, see you later. And she shouts out as Billy leaves, I love your hair still. Yeah, the lines in this are brilliant. There's another scene in it where the main villain, Phil, he's got a massive scar across his face. He's got a girl in bed with him, and he's got two guys, right? The girlfriend says to him, can I go do away? And he goes, sure. And she goes, bastard, or fuck you, or piss off, or whatever. As she leaves, they go, what was she doing then? She goes, oh, they're having a blowjob competition, right? She says something, right? And he goes, be glad I'm not one of the judges, bitch. And you're like, whoa, right? And then 2 minutes later, she opens the bathroom door and says, well, you suck because you've got the clap now. I wish I was making this up, right? There's another scene where the police officer rookie guy, who I think was Johnny, called Johnny, right? He says to Billy, let me take you to where I let off my steam, which is a karate place, right? And she goes, maybe then after, I'll let you see how I relieve steam. So they get to the karate place, right? And he's like, let me show you how it's done, Billy. And she whops his ass, right? The sensei there goes straight up to him and goes, take off the white belt. You've just become a black belt. He's like, how did he know she was supposed to be a black belt? So anyway, she basically goes to prison. She comes out and she decides, look, I want to sort these people out. I'm going to become a vigilante. Well, she has this romance with the rookie police officer who says, look, I took Boyle and all these other people seriously, and now I've got to stop these corrupt officials, you know. So he's walking around. He's basically become just as corrupt as everybody else because he goes and beats up this prostitute woman and handcuffs her to the bed until she needs a fix. And then he goes, yeah, now I need to tell you, right? You tell me what I need to know, and then I'll let you go and I'll let you get a fix. And you're like, this one's butt naked, by the way, right? On the bed, beautiful figure, beautiful body. And he's like, nah, I want Billy, right? So he decides to tell her exactly where he can find these people, right? And you can guess where it goes from there. There's stupid deaths. There's terrible fight choreography in it. I mean, the fights look horrendous. And the acting isn't very good. But I will say this. I watched it and I didn't get bored, right? I didn't get bored once. It was stupid. It was very 70s, early 80s. And it just felt fun, you know. I kind of feel like they were going for a female Death Wish, but trying to make it a little bit more fun with a little bit of martial arts. But the way she fights just isn't that great. I mean, it probably doesn't help that no one else in it actually fights properly. And when they go to swing something, she ducks like 10 minutes before they swing it. But then that is American martial arts for you in those kind of films where they haven't got, you know, real fight choreographers and stuff. It's decent. It's a film that I think is one of those films you'd find in those, you know, those box sets which have like 30 films in them for like $10, $15, and you pick it and you go, oh, this was one of the better ones of those cheap movies. It's one of those kind of movies. Would I recommend watching it? If you like that type of movie and you enjoy it, then yeah. If you like watching something that's obscure and not everybody's sane, yeah, I think it's free to watch on Amazon. I think, or it's on Amazon to watch. You see a lot of her naked, right? And I've got to be honest, I've seen better, right? But then, you know, that's me as a man. I'm sure there's plenty of other people out there that look at her and go, whoa, she's got a beautiful face, the woman. Corinne Manny, she's got a beautiful face. She's not a good actress, but she's got a beautiful face. She's got a lot of sex appeal on the screen, if you ask me. She's got a lot of, she's got these beautiful eyes and, you know, got a good look to her. But it feels like, to me, that that's what they were going on, more than anything. The other thing is this stupid season of he'll die for no reason. When you get to the final fight between her and the big bad, right? It's like, really? That's how it's ending? Like, I'll give an example. There's a bit in the movie where she opens the door, right? And it bashes into the rookie cop's nose, right? And it makes him bleed. That's how they start their romance. That's how the romance starts, right? The way the film ends, you just go, really? Is that it? Nothing's going to happen? I don't know if they were open for a sequel. I don't know if they were open for anything. I enjoyed the whole she's on the streets, but it got a bit boring when every time she was going on a run, somebody was getting attacked in the park or somebody wanted to attack her in the park, you know? It got a bit tedious, to be honest, in those moments. But I did enjoy watching her walk around. I did enjoy watching these terrible one-liners and these terrible moments where, you know, she just, you know, she thinks she, you know, is out of sight and they immediately see her. It's an okay film. It's nothing special. I mean, a lot of people like this film. I mean, a lot of people give it say, oh, you know, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of sex, you know, appeal. It's a little bit of exploitation, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But if I'm honest with you, I feel like it's a one-time watch for me, and I don't think I could watch it again. You know, maybe in a few years, but it didn't feel like it had anything to bring me back to it. And that's the problem with these type of movies, you know. There's a scene in it where the lead villain, I think, finds this woman and she's like, I'ma kill you, I'ma do this, right? And then he undoes her top and he says, oh, you know what to do. And the woman doesn't hurt him, but she starts pleasuring him. And I'm like, what is this movie trying to say? Right? Don't get me wrong, 1984, the values there weren't the same as they are now, obviously. So you can't really judge it. I mean, that's nearly 40 years ago. You know, 2024, it'll be 40 years ago. So, but yeah, it just isn't a film that I think is that great. Well, I think of that compared to a film like Death Promise, which I thought was a lot of fun and was very similar in a lot of ways with the cheap production and characters not being the best at martial arts, and the silly humor. It actually felt like that was a better film to me. So check out Death Promise if you check this out and you don't like it so much. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. If you've seen this movie, let me know down below what you think of it. If you haven't and you need to know anything else, or you want to know what's on the special features or whatever, let me know down below. And if you can, give it a thumbs up. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. I'm the Hunk of YouTube, the greatest gamer to ever live. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys. Happy New Year.